What is Lurch's favorite type of monkey? A. Orangutan. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Monday. It is Monday, right? It's so confusing. It's so confusing. Streaming yesterday, and then I'm always confused starting around midnight anyway. But then streaming yesterday really threw my days off. But thank you for being here. We have Dead Zergling first in chat, followed by EpiPen and Kusari Gama. Welcome in, and welcome in. Hope you're doing well tonight. The monkey that deletes Pugsley's scavenger hunt. Yeah, this is a horrifically terrible game. This game is there are no excuses. This game is bad, and it's not just bad through incompetence, it is bad through sheer malice. Thank you for the wheel, Kusari Gama. We'll give that a spin momentarily. This game is intentionally awful. And we played it for a while last week, and I couldn't make any progress at all. And I really don't expect tonight to go very well either. But we're gonna see. Not bad, EpiPen says. And Zergling says the joke didn't make any sense, but playing this game doesn't either, so whatever. I felt really good about that joke. I enjoyed that one. Alright. Well, let's give a spin of the wheel. I think I can just use the letter W now. Nope. So there are the items that are currently on the wheel. We'll give it a spin and see what number we hit. Number 5. I think that's something new. We've been hitting a lot of number 5s. Number 5 is Poppin' Habanero Sauce. This is the first sauce from this set that we've had on the wheel that has had habanero in the title. I suspect that the tequila pineapple sauce was made with habaneros, but it didn't say. Never played this, but Fester's Quest is S+, Kusari Gama says. Fester's Quest is alright. It's not very good, but it's alright. I've definitely played much worse games. Fester's Quest is probably the best Addams Family game I've played so far. I hated it the first night, but on night 2 when we went back to it, it was super easy, so I can't really be that upset with it anymore, I guess. Your opinion of Fester's Quest is progressively forgiving, yeah. I'm a lot more, I look a lot more fondly on games after I've defeated them as well. A game I have yet to beat, I almost always hate more than anything I have already beaten. There are, of course, some exceptions. Welcome in, Jelly. Cows, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're playing more Pugsley Scavenger Hunt, unfortunately. I wish I had better news for you. My favorite Sunsoft game is Journey to Silius, but which is a really great game. But also, I haven't played a whole lot of Sunsoft games, so... Oh. Oh. All right, that's a habanero sauce. Woo. That is sharp and spicy. I like that. I like that. This one's gonna live with me a little while. This is the hottest sauce. These little mini bottles. They're from a set called the Good Hurt Fuego, and this is the hottest one I've had so far, easily, hands down. Nothing else on the wheel even compares right now. It's not the hottest thing I've ever had, but it's got a kick. It's got a kick. I like it. I like it. I'll be happy to land on that one again. No hiccups, thankfully. I do feel it a little bit in my tummy. All right, let's get my my big head out of the way. Let's take another look at this awful game. Yeah, I haven't played Blaster Master. The only Sunsoft games I've played are Fester's Quest, Journey to Silius. I've played but haven't finished Batman on the NES, so the opinion is still out on that one. And Arrow the Acrobat. I think that's all the Sunsoft games I've finished. Arrow the Acrobat is terrible. Journey to Silius is a masterpiece. And Fester's Quest is somewhere in between. Sort of toward the bottom. If I've played anything else by Sunsoft, I don't know it. One moment. Thank you for the coffee jelly. Yeah, I mentioned Arrow the Acrobat. That's one of the worst games I've ever played. That game is horrible. Alright, we're still not going to change any of these settings here. We're sticking with the default, even though I would really love to have these 7 lives. What madman goes into the options and turns their lives down to 3? But even worse, their hearts down to 1. Who does that? No way. No way. I do enjoy licensed jank. Alright, well, let's just see if I remember anything from the other night with this game. You said it like that when your little brother wants to play and he isn't looking, so you get your turn back faster. Devious. I'm already very near to the grave. Oh, I got real lucky there. I got real lucky there because my jump didn't execute the way I anticipated. Hey, we got a heart back. Welcome in next. Good to have you here. Yeah, it's all next. I don't really know much about that. I don't tend to mess around with AI stuff all that much. Oh. And there we are. Do I need to go to the left for anything? There's a secret in here, and it's just for a bunch of points that mean nothing. The points... I can't think of anything more meaningless than the points in this game. It doesn't even display them on the screen. The game knows the points have no value, and then it creates a secret just to fill it with useless points. What an awful game this is. What an awful, miserable game this is. I don't like it. Okay, I think I don't want to collect this, because that robs me of another potential secret. Oh, awesome. Well, I played it smart, but I made the wrong choice. So I locked myself out of all those. See, that's why I skipped that first question mark. Because half of the question marks just exist to lock you out of secrets. This game is so rude. At least we got a 1-up. At least there's that. Basically, just pulls the information from Google Translate for you if your machine is connected to the internet. I mean, it sounds convenient, but I imagine the results are probably fairly hit and miss. So far as accuracy, especially, but probably in regard to comprehensibility as well. Yeah, well, yeah, fan translation is still the first way to go. Definitely, but yeah, I mean, it's better than having nothing translated. I can't argue with that. Whose line is it anyway where the points don't matter? Awful, miserable game. So you're enjoying yourself thoroughly, Cal says? You know me. I'm being super harsh. We're actually, right now, off to a decent start. I still haven't lost a life yet. Like, this is kind of the best I've ever done on this level. So I'm actually being rather unfair, but oh well. This game doesn't deserve any better. I'm just beside myself with how many like anti-player decisions they made for this game. It's just wild. Like, they stripped out the password feature. They make one-ups and health. They make one-ups and coins. One-ups and coins don't respawn when you die. Even when you game over, they don't respawn. So every time, so if you fail on any level, when you try it again, it's much, much more difficult. I don't remember all that slowdown from the other night. Whoa. I'm using the run button a lot more than I did previously. MTL is not entirely bad. I don't know what MTL is, Kusarigama. Machine translated. Thank you. Well, I didn't figure it's gonna, I didn't figure it's gonna be wrong 100% of the time or anything. It was used before AI. MTL was used before AI. Oh, what was in here? Basically a giant dictionary that just substituted the words. It might even be theoretically impossible to enjoy this game if it weren't so aggressively antagonistic. If the developers weren't so aggressively antagonistic toward the player. I don't think it's worthwhile to go in there. I don't remember what's in there. Oh, great. Well, I took damage, but I got a heart, so... Balanced out. Hey, Greg, welcome in. Congo, welcome in. Thank you both for joining us. Was there a rule that they couldn't use the interesting characters from the Addams family? I mean, we got Uncle Fester in the first game. Feels like one of those Amiga platformers where the level design is completely random. It's not like... The level design actually isn't the worst. Like, there are some clever ideas for obstacles. It's just mostly very poorly executed. The thing about this game is that it's super mean to the player. The levels are all gigantic. They go on for a lifetime. And if you game over, like, you have continues, but you really just might as well restart the game. I have learned. Lurchin thing would be great to play as. Yeah, so far every Addams Family game I've played, you only have you don't have a choice of character. You only have one character to play as. Those sound effects didn't even chime properly. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Lurch Squad. Do the Lurch. Lurch was the most popular character in the 60s. No idea, EpiPen. The idea is that I'm trying to go into these games blind, so I only know what's behind me, not ahead. Yeah, so we've only done 3 games. We've done Fester's Quest on the NES, Addams Family on the Super NES, and um, and this one, also on the Super NES. So we've played as Fester, Gomez, and Pugsley. Frownie and I have similar tastes in games, except if paragraphs of text show up on my games, I don't immediately turn them off. Oh, you need a more accessible power switch. Yeah, this one appears to be based off of the cartoon. One of my favorite genres is tactical RPGs, Nick says. Almost none of them came over to the States until the PlayStation 1 era. I'm excited to try some random SNES classics that never came over. Right on. So after this, we've got, assuming I ever make it through this game, I've got Addams Family Values on the Super NES, and I've got a Game Boy Color game. And then there are some NES ports of games we've already played that I'll loop back around for, I think, because I want to see how different the 8-bit incarnations are from the 16-bit. So I got a lot of Addams Family games to get through. Excuse me. So far, they've all proven to be way more difficult than I anticipated going in. I expected most of these games would be rather underwhelming. I didn't expect that they would be so punishing. Oh no, I've done the wrong thing. No, I wasn't supposed to come down here. It's alright, I was dead anyway. Is this gonna go from week of Halloween to month of Halloween? Not really. I mean, we're gonna keep playing the same games, but only in rotation. It's not gonna be a dedicated laser focus, like, straight run through just this stuff. Like, we're doing Battletoads tomorrow and Strawberry Shortcake on Thursday, so... I'm gonna try Warlock next week. I like the Wednesday Frownie. Hey, thank you, Conga. We've got a Wednesday, we've got a thing, and we've got a cousin it. So far as like Frownie art. We didn't bother with a Lurch because I already have a Frankenstein. And the others, like Gomez and Morticia and Pugsley, are a little bit more difficult to... They're a little bit more difficult to Frownieify. Be a good pair of Frownies. Never saw the original 60s TV shows, but I do love the 90s cartoons, Greg says. I don't think I ever saw the cartoon. I was pretty sure a cartoon existed. But I don't think I ever actually saw it. My primary touch point for Addams Family reference is the 90s movies. The way the invisible platforms work is just disgusting. Oh my goodness. How in the world did I make it through there without taking damage? I'm getting stuck. Come on. Ah! You got me. Infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Do I want to go in here? Is there something good in here? Just more useless points. I remember one episode of the cartoon where Gomez tried to fail because he succeeded at everything no matter what. And the lesson was, oh wait, I failed at failing. If only I could be so unfortunate. Pugsley looks a bit different in the cartoons than this guy. Dude, Kusarigama says, expecting old games not to be punishing. We born in the same era, Frownie. This game is punishing in ways that other games are not, Kusarigama. I don't think I've ever played a a video game that has collectible 1-ups where the 1-ups do not respawn when you use a continue. I don't think I've ever played a game where that was the case. Like, most of the time, collectible 1-ups will respawn just if you lose a life. Right, even Battletoads, right? You can hang out in certain places of Battletoads, dying and recollecting 1-ups, and basically be immortal. As long as you don't make too much progress to get past the 1-up or miss it before losing your life, you can hang out in some parts of Battletoads for forever. And that's Battletoads. But this game, every 1-up you collect, that's it. If you want a second chance, you have to turn the game off and restart. It's brutal. It's brutal. It's never happened to me before. I hate it. Also, the game to which this is a sequel has a password system, so you don't have to play the whole game in one sitting. And this game's ports on other platforms have password systems, so you don't have to play it in one sitting. They stripped the passwords out of this one intentionally to make it that much worse. Like, this game is awful. This game is awful, and it's just grotesque unfriendliness. I've not been there before. I don't think Battletoads was hard, Kusarigama says. Well, I can't, you're much more talented than I am. I can't say that I had an easy time with it. Game Boy Ninja Turtles was much, was harder than Battletoads. I haven't given that a go. Game Boy games can be awful. Game Boy games can be awful difficult, though. Hey, Natsumi, welcome in. You never have to play the game in one sitting, Frownie? I sure do, EpiPen. At least he doesn't have a motor scooter, Conga says. The Game Boy point was a different div. What about the NES game? Many reviewers at the time complained about the lack of passwords. Well, considering its source material had a password system... Considering its source material had a password system... It's only... The only motivation I can see for stripping them out is malice. If the game before this hadn't had passwords, I probably wouldn't feel justified in complaining, but It did, so I do. Ninja Turtles is the worst game of all time. I don't care what anyone says about E.T. EpiPen says. Haven't played it yet, so we'll see. It's like those people who go Dark Souls is the hardest game ever. Well, I mean, so the thing is, if you consider, like, Battletoads is like an hour-long game for with a like a pretty competent casual playthrough. And to beat that game one time took me 95 hours. Like, when you consider length of the game to time it took me to beat it, I can't really argue that I had an easy time of it. I do kind of feel that way about Dark Souls, though. I didn't feel like Dark Souls was especially difficult. I didn't first try anything in Dark Souls, but it was never, Dark Souls was never so difficult as to make me feel hopeless. Dark Souls always seemed very possible. At least so far as I remember it from this distance. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. It was a one-way trip, so I have to do this whole room again. Oh, thank goodness. What unprecedented mercy. NES Ninja Turtles can be brutal. Hey, Chozo, welcome in. Dark Souls 1 without any help is for sure one of the hardest games. If you look stuff up, it makes it a lot easier. Looking stuff up? Why in the world would you ever want to do that? I suppose my point is everything is subjective, obviously. Yeah. No worries. I mean, you know, like, some people, like, you know, the different things are, yeah. Obviously, different things are like difficult to different people in different ways, right? The Klinger Winger took me 1,000 years to figure out, and, you know, plenty of people get it much more quickly. Hey, Game and Fit, welcome in. Hey, Sark, welcome in. Great to have you here. I'm making the same mistake again. How's this been treating you? I hate this game, Sark. It's actually been going well tonight, so like all my complaining right now is very unfounded because I'm doing the best I've ever done at it currently. But I just, it's such a gross game. It's so mean. I can't I can't get over the fact that the 1-ups and coins don't respawn when you use a continue. I cannot get over the fact that those are permanently collectible objects, and that because that means if you die and have to repeat a level, it's so much harder. You can't refill your health, you can't get extra lives. You just basically have to turn the game off and restart. I've never been punished in such a way by a game. I've never been punished in this way. I don't know of a single other game that doesn't respawn health and 1-up, that doesn't respawn coins and 1-ups when you use a continue. I can't think of any other game that does that. Not that I've played everything, but that is such such a deliberately malevolent decision for the programmers to make, that it's hard for me to wrap my mind around such evil. We've got to be getting close to a boss, right? I called it. Oh no, I don't know how to fight him though. Oh no, my cloud disappeared. Those clouds don't come back? That's rough. Okay, we have a couple lives. Hey, Laser, welcome in. Hello, my bearded friend. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I appreciate that this boss got all dressed up to host this party. He's really gone out of his way to make his guests feel special. We got a double hit right there. That was nice. Let's go. Victory. Oh my goodness. That's the first time I've defeated that boss. I mean, that's the first time I've seen that boss, so... We got a victory, my friends. Thank you for the trophies, cows. And you're the main course. Pugsley's walk cycle disturbs me, Kong says. Thank you, Conga. Thank you, Sark. There's the VIP. You're the VIP, Laser. A sugary cereal. Alright. So, I've only ever beaten 2 levels of this now. The one we just beat. I've also beaten the bathtub level. But not on this current playthrough. Oops. I don't mean to back out of the level. Do I want to do this one next? I don't think I want to do this one next. I've only played a little bit of that level. Let's try this one. Hey, conquer a worm. Oh, I guess you mean on the tally screen it shows your score. I just can't bring myself to get excited about video game score. Score has never been a metric that has been interesting. Score has never been interesting to me as a video gaming metric. Like, I get it if you play a bunch of like looping arcade games, like that's all you have to go for. I get why people chase scores, but it's never the glory of the high score has never enticed me. I was never into scores, Conga says. Imagine beating this game with full health. Yeah, you can go into the options. Exactly, yes, Sark was just talking about it. Imagine beating this with one minimum heart. Now you know I despise this game. Oh, you had to do that, Sark? I was ranting about that a little bit at the start. Like, just, I pulled it up in the options, and I was just asking the universe who would be so out of their mind as to turn the hearts down in this game. Does somebody have an arcade tag? I don't think that's one of the stream's tags. Yeah, no worries, Conqueror Worm. I just read the comment a little late, so I thought it showed our score in the hub world, but yeah, that makes sense to put it on the. I mean, I knew it was tallying it. I figured it was tallying it somewhere. I just I didn't think about how you get that tally screen when you clear a level, because I've cleared so few levels. But it's not been on my radar. But yeah, it makes sense. It would show the score there. I had been thinking that it probably showed it when you game overed or when you beat the game. I actually really like this mechanic of manipulating the cannonballs to break open doors. Like, I think it's a really cool idea. It just was unfortunately used in a game that I can't say anything good about. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't even need that heart. What am I doing? I know it's easier to do this if you lead the cannonball instead of chasing it, but it's also more likely that I'll take damage if I do it that way, so I'm trying to play it safe. Only thing I complimented about this game was the music, which unfortunately is drowned out by the horrendous and constant sound effects. Well, look at that. I led the cannonball and it went really smoothly after all. Hey, a pint will do. Welcome in. Soon to be Papa Frownie. That is me. And we've got 4 months. July, August, September, October. 4 months. What's this? I think I missed something. Oh, Jelly and I are gonna have a, we're expecting to have a baby boy in 4 months. Early October. Thank you for the congrats. Frownie pumpkin on the way. Congrats, also scary. Thank you, Kasarigama. If ever a baby is born with a beard, it would be this one, Conga says. My dad said the same thing. Thank you, Sark, for the congrats. No wonder celebrating Halloween is so important to you, EpiPen says. It's very fortunate. It's very fortunate, the timing. Oh, no. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. N39, etc. Pleasure to have you with us. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen you. I hope everything has been. Hope you've been doing well. I miss my beard, Kusarigama says. It drives me a bit crazy sometimes, the beard, but I don't, I almost never take it all the way off. And the true test of wheels is to figure out how to get your son to say Dada before Mama for infinite bragging rights. No, the real move, the real move is to the real move is to get our son's first words to be no spoilers. I think baby's first word will be jank. With your hatred of spoilers, I'm surprised you learned the gender Conga says. Yeah, surprisingly, my love for the no spoilers lifestyle doesn't necessarily extend to matters of health and medicine. He'll probably be Jump King before you do. I can only hope. I can only hope. Maybe he can give me some pointers. Yeah, raising a kid? No, Doc, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. I like a good beard trimmer, clippers, especially one with a little vacuum to collect the little bits, EpiPen says. I just, when my beard needs some maintenance, I just ask Jelly to lend me a hand, typically. I think I told you I had a full lumberjack beard before I had to get rid of it for work. I had a job where I had to lose the beard for a while, several years ago. I didn't last there very long. I've been around, can't watch all the streamers. Too many good ones, I can't sleep. No worries, no worries. I'm just happy to have you here when we can. This game is a nightmare? You said it. You said it. This game is very high on my do not like list. I am so far I'm having a much better go at this tonight than we had last time. A little experience and a little patience go a long way to making this game a bit more tolerable. That's code, by the way. The more Frownie hates the game, the more he likes it, aka Austin Powers. See, here's the problem. Every now and then, I talk about the possibility of eventually getting into retro achievements. And the thing is, if I ever did, I would have to I would have to, I would have to see to it that a Dr. Evil Knievel RA set comes into existence. And then the whole world would hate me for my participation in such unimaginable evil. I can't believe that spot was safe. I think I've made it to this boss one time. I got to this boss on my very last life. So I saw the boss, but didn't learn anything about it. Oh. Awesome. They're coming in from every side now. Nope, that's not how that one works. I don't know where we're supposed to ride in from. Oh, please stop. Perfect. These missiles are the worst. There we go. There's a lot more going on in this room that I couldn't figure out. There's some kind of secret or something down below, because the exit's over here, just right on the left. But there's all this other stuff that, like, seems to serve no real purpose. But I know it must have some purpose. All the bottom of the stage stuff. I'm discouraged from experimenting because it's too great a risk of being defeated while I try to look around. Where's the cannonball? I truly want an infinite number of sandwiches in my pocket. This is Lurch's level. They changed their 2-for-1 deal at Pizza Hut. One of the two pizzas has to be a fancy multiple toppings one, Chozo says. Can you go with pepperoni lovers? That's a specialty pizza, but that's only pepperoni, so it's kind of plain. If you're like me and you like simple, if you like simple one-topping pizzas, that's how you work around that system. Yeah, or just order, choose a specialty and then individually remove all the toppings you don't like. Excuse me one moment, my friends. I'm going to leave you here and briefly step away for a moment. I'm going to refill my coffee. I'll see you again in just a couple minutes. Alright, thank you for standing by, everyone. Fresh coffee acquired. Direwolf, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Chozo says, I'm probably going to get one of their pasta pizzas with a pepperoni lovers. I usually get the 2-for-1 deal on Tuesdays because it's almost 3 meals worth of food. Right on. I'm very simple in my pizza likes. I like one pizza topping. For me, there is only pepperoni. If I am going like absolutely wild, like just out of my mind bananas with the pizza toppings, just completely crazy, I might also add Italian sausage. And that's it. That is it. There is no other pizza topping in the universe for me. Oh, I thought this was the boss. We've got to be getting close. No! Frownie, stop taking damage. Oh no, I'm about to die. Watch out for the band-aid. Boss time. Hey, thank you, Conga. Why is this going so horribly? I don't feel like I'm taking the correct amount of... what a cheesy boss, Zergling says. Oh, well done. What? Why? Why was I stuck? I'm mad. I'm mad. I got stuck in place. I was doing so well. I was doing so well on that one life. And then I have a lot of issues with the up input in this game. No, we're going to do this whole level again with no lives. I could weep. We had a good run, my friends. We had a good run. It's all over now, though. I'll never make it back there. Oh yeah, you can't, you're not even safe in the hub room. You're not even safe in the hub room. The game, this is how just awful this game is. It attacks you. It attacks you when you're on the menu trying to pick a level. The developers of this game are... they're just pure concentrated evil. Rip tonight. Pepperoni, pineapple, and olives, Shozo says. Jelly likes pepperoni and pineapple. That's her favorite topping. It's the combination of those two. I cannot abide it. The olives, I don't know. I don't know if she's ever tried adding olives into the mix. And pineapple on pizza is so good on pizza, Conga says. Sweet and savory. A menu screen that kills you is actually kind of funny. Now, Greg, you also like pineapple on your pizza? Hey, Scheming Miner, welcome in. I like pineapple, but only if it's paired with a savory meat. I've never felt so outnumbered before in my life. I've never had anchovies on a pizza. I've never been bold enough to try them. You have no empathy if you order anchovies from a chain pizza restaurant? I don't understand the claim. Quick. Mylon's secret castle would murder you from the stage selection area too. Brutal. Anchovies are mixed for me. They can be great if the place uses a good brand, Chozo says. Oh, because anchovies are gross to handle. I don't know. I've never contacted them before. Never had anchovies on my pizza, but I have had some good ones that I put in my paella. I feel like they could work if they're done right. I mean, I might be able to abide anchovies. I like that unpronounceable W sauce. That's like a fermented anchovy sauce, isn't it? Ah. I can't stand them personally, Greg says. Yeah, it's made with anchovies. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. One heart. One heart. I can't imagine playing this game with one heart. Might try and order it at my New York style Italian pizza place, maybe on half a pizza or something. No, I missed my jump. The what hit me? I think those projectiles turned invisible on... Well, they turned... I know they turned invisible, so I didn't see them, but I think I know what it was that hit me. But it was really unfortunate that I didn't get to see it to avoid it. I would say I always loved how Pugsley walks in this game. The way his arms swing. He looks so floppy to me. Like he looks like he has no bones in his arms. Oh. I jumped onto the enemy projectile. That's terrible. I disagree. His arms are so weird. Twice. I'm getting robbed all over the place. I'm gonna have nightmares about this stupid level. I will never even play this stupid game, Zergling says. It's been a long time since I've had a video game related nightmare. I used to have them fairly commonly as a kid, but I haven't actually had one. I can't think of the last time I might have had one. I had a nightmare about the Turtles arcade game, and I had a nightmare about Mario Brothers 3 that I still remember to this day when I was a kid. So while I haven't had a video game nightmare in a long time, the ones I've had in the past still live with me decades later. So maybe I'm compensating in some way. That enemy placement is just unacceptable. I could have got Frownie going into this believing it's a good game. I mean, you could have your pre-playthrough assessment of Bubsy 3D prove to be pretty spot on. Would you really want to just demolish your reputation like that, though? Kind of like when Mike Matei trolled AVGN into playing some horrible Batman game on PlayStation 1. I don't actually have to be trolled into playing horrible games, though. Like, a game's horribleness is frequently, like, a huge selling point for me. No! Oh, we were doing well. I swear this boss is tougher than it seems. Because it's just, I mean, it's just your standard jump on it boss, right? But it's the combination of the cheese and the rats. Victory! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Get me out of here. Just right immediately into the next level. It's not even going to stop to think. The worse, the better. Being with friends and watching bad movies or playing bad games is a wonderful pastime, Pint says. Yeah, bad media. Bad media is real fun to enjoy with particularly with others. I missed that heart. You know, it's in my best interest right now. This is arguably a very cowardly move. But, it's in my best interest to use a continue right now. So I can start this fresh with a full set of lives while the 1-ups are intact. That gives me my optimal shot at clearing this. You didn't hear it from me. I couldn't jump swiftly enough. I should have just left. I should have just left those coins. My buddy and I, when I was in high school, my buddy and I would when we would rent movies to watch together, and we would intentionally look for, like, you know, terrible horror movies to watch most of the time. Like Jack Frost 2. Return of the Mutant Killer Snowman. We're always watching stuff of that caliber together. I don't really make time. I don't really make time for movies like that anymore. But we used to watch stuff like that a lot when I was in high school. My sister is much more the bad movie aficionado between the two of us now. She's also an avid VHS collector, so like whenever I'm out at thrift stores, I'm always taking a look through the VHS tapes to see if I can find some garbage movie that's probably never made it to DVD or Blu-ray. So I can send it to her as a gift. Chozo says the world's worst post-apocalyptic movie is Leave the World Behind. It's on Netflix. It's so bad. I rarely regret wasting time watching bad movies. I usually get enjoyment of how bad they are. This movie was bad and boring. Yeah, boring is the worst thing a movie can be, right? I don't remember who was here and who wasn't, but I'll share again. Over the weekend, I watched a movie. Jelly and I watched a movie, which is rare. I don't very often make time for movies, but we watched the movie Warlock from I think it was from 1989, if I remember right. It's amazing. Warlock is an amazing film. Highly recommended. It's like, it's equal parts incredibly goofy and incredibly rad. And Zergling told me there's a Super NES game, so this is goofy and rad. Sign me up. Oh, it was delightful. Zergling told me there's a Super NES game too, so we're gonna play that next week. Nothing worse for a gamer than the gift/curse of collector's blood. The desire to find everything in every game you play. I have to fight that desire, Direwolf. I'm not the most, like, I don't have the most complete playstyle out there in the universe, but I lean very heavily toward 100%ing a lot of stuff. I have to fight the urge. I have to fight the urge to not. I need to watch this movie. Horror film adaptations on retro consoles always make me happy. Like the Nightmare on Elm Street game for NES. I want to play that. I haven't gotten around to that one. After we finish Friday the 13th, we'll look at Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually tried to start it on the stream one night, but my copy was not cooperating that night. I couldn't get it to play. The cats. I know. It's worse. The cats. Somehow the cats in this game, Sark, are noisier than Jump King. I couldn't believe it. I thought Jump King had the noisiest cats I'd ever come across, and I think the only game I ever 100%ed was Cuphead, Conga says. Hey, that's a pretty good one. I think the first game I ever 100%ed was Yoshi's Island on the Super NES. And for a long time, that was the only game I 100%ed. That was the first game I ever 100%ed, and for a long time it was the only one I 100%ed, and then the only one I 100%ed on my own. Because I did a 100% playthrough of Mario 64, but I had to leaned into a walkthrough for that. I was much different back in those days. Nightmare on Elm Street's an underrated game. Frownie really does like to cause himself pain. Imagine 100%ing Yoshi's Island. I mean, it's very possible. It is pretty brutal in some places. There's some parts of Yoshi's Island that are really tough. Some of those bonus stages are like not fun. But I love it. I love that game. That's a top tier game for me. Yoshi's Island. I mean, for a lot of people, it's a very, that's far from a unique opinion to like that game. "100% on Super Mario World, Mario 64, and Super Metroid at some point." The original Zelda, if you count that, EpiPen says. Yeah, I've never 100%. I really like Zelda games, but I've never 100%ed one. I thought we were going to 100% Minish Cap, but I got kind of burnt out. I got kind of burnt out with the gambling thing. I'm mixed on Yoshi's Island. Any percent, I love it. 100%, I hate it, Chozo says. 100% of Minish Cap is near impossible without a guide. I can't say, because I didn't quite make it. I kind of gave up. Yeah, it's a bit much with the figurines and all the Kinstone fusions, Sark says. A 100% the hard levels on Yoshi's Island DS. I've never played that one, Scheming Miner. DS games I kind of can't really do. I don't really have a way of streaming them. I might be able to do it if I put the homebrew channel on my Wii U. There might be a way to do DS games on there, but I haven't really looked into it. The fusions make that game a drag, even if the rest is my favorite, Cow says. Yeah, the hunting down the fusions was feeling like a bit much, and then yeah, the figurines. That's what I meant by the gambling thing. The getting all those figurines became a slog, and so I kind of just put the game down. Gonna hear these cats in my nightmares, Pint says. I don't know what percentage you'd say I did of Cuphead. I did, I got A pluses on all the missions in Cuphead. I know you can get, like, an S rank. I know there's like an expert version of the A plus that I didn't get, but I got all the A pluses. I felt pretty good with that. I have thought about going back for expert playthrough in that someday. When we do the DLC, I might do the expert playthrough. So the S ranks. Maybe on the table then, but I felt pretty satisfied with what I got out of Cuphead so far. Ah. Nostalgia makes Ocarina of Time my favorite, Chozo says, though I think A Link to the Past and Zelda 2 are the games I like the most. I like both of those quite a bit. It's hard to pick. I have a different favorite. Like, I have different favorites when it comes to Zelda, like, depending on what mood I'm in. And, you know, there's different stuff. Like, I like the story of, for what it's worth, of A Link to the Past. Like I love A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. I don't know which one I like better. I like the gameplay of Link to the Past better than Link's Awakening, though. I hate... The thing about Link's Awakening is, it would probably easily be my favorite Zelda game if it had been made for the Super Nintendo instead of the Game Boy. Would end up Zelda in its name, it would be considered a top 10 NES game by most people, Chozo says. Yeah, I like Zelda 2 a lot. It's got a few problems. It's not a perfect game, but the good definitely outweighs the bad for me with that one. I like Zelda 2 more than I like Zelda 1. I can't argue that it's a better game, but I like it more. Oh, we're at the boss. Halfway there. That puts us halfway through the game. Alright, well, I guess we've got to go up here now. Alright, before we do, let me check some of these other doors, because now that I've completed a few levels... maybe... I mean, I don't know if these are more... I expect these are just more levels. Oh no, I haven't even seen what's down here. Oops, my jump button didn't work. I swear I tried to jump. Hanging out in the dark. Oh, you know what? We need to do the same thing. I need to use up. I need to start a fresh continue in case I run into any one-ups. One moment. I messed up all my windows. Sorry. I'm in shock of how cursed this game is. Hey Derek, welcome in. Hope you're doing well tonight, my friend. Oh, I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to duck or jump, and then I tried both and got myself hurt. No secrets. Worked in the day, had the night off. I watched a movie, Derek. You wouldn't believe it. I have to share with you since you're the resident movie guy. I watched Warlock from the 1980s, and I can't shut up about it. It's such a great movie. It's so good. You haven't seen it, but you have to check it out. Yeah, it's kind of a horror, fantasy, adventure type movie. Really good. It's very goofy sometimes, but it's also very rad. Very rad. Cool. Never rewatched Friday the 13th Part 8. You really do like that movie. I feel like it wasn't all that long ago that you mentioned watching it. I'm not there with you. I'm sorry to let you down, but I can't get on board. I can't get on board with Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason takes a never-ending boat ride to Manhattan. That movie's rough. But I'm glad you have a good time with it. Like, I'm overlooking something here. Oh, I think this is just a shortcut. I don't think that it's really a secret. There was no, like, prize in there. It's just to skip over the spikes. It's just for if you're bad at handling the spikes. Part 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. The premise is supposed to be Jason wandering around New York City, but, like, he only spends, like, 5 minutes in New York. The whole movie, he's just riding around on a boat. It's basically just Jason on a boat. Jason X was also hilariously bad. The game is actually going really well for me tonight. It's going much better tonight than it did last time we played it. I've been making progress, so I don't know. I'm having a lot more luck tonight, I guess. Because I don't really feel better at it. And I remember that I couldn't stop laughing at Mecha Jason. Yeah. Jason gets, like, he gets rebuilt with, like, nanotech. He becomes, like, cyborg Jason. He looks like, he kind of reminds me of Lord Zed from the Power Rangers. I'm so shocked they haven't done a modern reboot of the original film. Well, the last they did a more modern Friday the 13th that was kind of a reboot. It wasn't like it wasn't really, like, strictly speaking a remake of the original film, but it was a restart of, like, the general, like, I mean, I guess it could fit in continuity or not. Like Jason X too. Derek says Jason X has some good parts. Mostly for comedic reasons. It's mostly the funny parts that are good. But, you know, they're good. Good is good, right? Oh, come on. Yeah, there's tons of them. Oh, you have to go this way. I thought I was uncovering a secret over here. It's not a secret at all. That's all mandatory. I just watched Halloween 6, last one you haven't seen, didn't care for it too much. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen most of the Halloween movies. I've seen a few of them, but I've probably seen about half of them. I've seen 1, 2, 3, H2O, and Resurrection. That's tricky, moving through those spikes. I think I did that the optimal way. But if that is the optimal solution, that's a pretty tricky one. I like that. Well, cool. Where am I supposed to go? Down here? What do you know? Oh, rude. Hey, Chompy, welcome in. Pugsley's the worst Addams Family character, right? Never liked that guy. Pugsley, like... I can't really say I have any strong feelings toward Pugsley. I don't... He just seems nondescript to me. It's hard to call him the worst character when, like, I don't even feel like he has a character. I'm surprised that everything Chucky is in continuity, except the one where Mark Hamill voices him. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I watched. I've seen not all, but I've seen most of the Chucky stuff. It's pretty variable in quality. There might be a movie, or I think there's a movie or two out there I haven't seen. And if they ever started doing that series that they were talking about, I haven't seen any of that. I don't know if that's a thing that exists yet or not. I don't think I've ever seen a Rob Zombie film. I don't really know his music either. Hey, Persephone, thank you for the wheel. We can give that a spin in just a moment, I think. I guess I can pause it. The music keeps going when we pause. I said the music keeps going when we pause, as the music was fading out. His music is good, his movies are just trash for a couple reasons. I can't weigh in. Like some of his movies, but not all of them, Derek says. Alright, wheel, what do you have for me? Oh, we better use the command. Number 4. Number 4 is Kickin' Garlic Sauce. That might be a new one. That's not a new one. I don't remember what it's like, though. It's got a little bit of heat. It's nothing like that habanero sauce, of course. It's very garlicky, too. I like it. I like this one. I like this one. It reminds me of a... it reminds me of a hot sauce that they had at a restaurant near where I grew up that did one of their popular menu items was pulled pork, and they had like a dipping sauce that you could get with it, and it reminds me of this. Really good. Not terribly spicy, though. But I like it. I like the flavor. Well, I just can't say. Sorry, Gamma. I see you've certainly got your reasons for not being crazy about his films, but having not given any a watch. I can't say whether I would. I can't say where I would stand, and if they would, if any of those things would bother me or not. He's not wrong, Derek says, but some I don't mind. his movies would improve like 60% if he would get his wife off the screen. This is tricky. No. Good night, Frownie. I have determined I don't feel so great, and lack of sleep is why. So time to fix that. Good night, Zergling. Thank you for being here with us. I appreciate you, coming to join me despite this game. I hope some rest is the medicine you need, and you come back feeling much better very soon. Rip. This level doesn't seem like the worst thing to ever happen to me. Felt like for our first attempt I was moving through it pretty alright. I can't stream for an unlimited amount of time. I have stuff to do in the morning, so I was kind of worried about playing this game tonight because I've been worried that there's not going to be enough time to make it through the whole thing, but I mean, we'll see. We've still got quite a while yet. I'm not running away anytime. Like, I'm not running away soon. I can't go for like 9 hours. I don't even know. I don't even know what was happening right there. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, EpiPen. I don't leave my consoles paused like that. I don't wanna burn my house down. Last game I did that with, the last game where I left the console paused so that I could, and just like went away from it for hours to get a break, was Ghosts and Goblins. The very first time I beat that game. The first time I sat down to like seriously beat it. I had a pretty amazing playthrough, like, especially for being inexperienced with the game. I made it up to the final level of Loop 2 in like under 2 hours. I was doing really well, and then I just got stuck there. I couldn't do anything. That last level, I was there for hours and hours. I must have played it for like 7 hours before I was like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm done." And I had to go get dinner and then go to sleep. I didn't play it again until the next morning. I just left the console. I just left the console paused all night. Doing a bad job here right now. I've lost so many lives already. My first attempt was considerably smoother. Thank you for the stretch break. This looks like a good place to stretch. Zombies Monsters remake was a snooze fest, EpiPen says. Thank you for the lurk, Christian Cool. Take a minute to stretch your legs too, everybody. Rotate your ankles. That was unfortunate. It was a bad time to need to cough. Ah! I didn't know you could have a checkpoint at a door going backward. That's news. Oh. Well, look at that. I found another secret. That's weird. No, why? No, there was a heart on the screen. There was a heart right there. Bogus. Things are going badly again. I've just been thinking that this level is kind of fun. I've just been thinking that I was actually kind of having fun with this stage. Moving past the swinging spike obstacles and the thwomps, these are all right obstacles. I'm having a good time. That's where the secret passage is, but I'm gonna be bold and not I'm gonna be bold and ensure I take damage. Bad luck. I hope there's an easy boss up ahead. Let's reset the audio. I know I was taking a chance there, but I wanted to see if there was something hidden down there. There wasn't. So both of those question marks are mandatory. I really want to be able to get in there, but I clearly having a lot of trouble figuring out how that works. I have a few ideas, but I can't try any of them now. That bomb guy that falls from the ceiling is hardly a threat. Like, the bomb itself never hits me, but that band-aid that he throws? That thing's really annoying to get around sometimes. I know the Band-Aid is his propeller, by the way. But it looks like a Band-Aid, so that's what it is. Yeah, it is overly generous with the hearts. I guess it just really doesn't want you to miss one. Extra hearts don't really seem like a possibility in this game. For me to have made it this far without getting an extra heart makes it seem very unlikely. Don't get me wrong, if I do find a fourth heart, I'm not gonna object. I was not smart about that situation. I could have done better if I had just been a little smarter. Oh, I got lucky there. I was not controlling my jump properly. No, no, no. Bad game. No. This is a bad place. Some of these rooms are... Some of these rooms are too brutal. Frustrating. Awesome. I disagree. I was running at full speed. There's probably a switch like that. This game is the worst. This game is the worst. Those cannonballs are super inconsistent. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Jojo says, I found out something about one of my favorite shows. Their budget went up in the second half, but they spent it all on lavish scenes instead of better writing. Rot. At the absolute worst time. If there exists a time where I need my jump input to not be eaten, you can bet that's when I'm gonna have it eaten. Well, I got lucky there. So I guess that balances out somewhat. Take the coward's path. Oh. I can't really say that hit wasn't undeserved, but I still feel bad about the death because the whole reason I was down to one heart was because of a surprise off-screen enemy. From the room before. Hey, Lord Malachite. Come in. Good to have you with us again. Hope you've been doing well. A game for the Addams family based on the short-lived 90s animated series rather than the films. I can dig that. Oh, this game is rough. This game is rough. So this is night 2 with this game. On night 1, I absolutely hated this game. I was very against this game on night 1. But I do have to admit it's growing on me a little bit. I'm not having the best time I've ever had, but I understand the game a bit more now. I've gotten used to its jankiness a bit more. It doesn't look like a bad game, but it does look quite difficult. It's pretty tough, and it's got some really bad design decisions. It's a sequel to another Addams Family game that is inspired by the 90s movies. This one came out. Even though this one goes for the cartoon style, like they are like the two games are like they're basically the same in their design, except this one you have to play this whole game in one sitting because they stripped out the password feature that was present in the first game, and they did a really scummy thing with the way that extra lives work in this game. That means if you use a continue, the game becomes infinitely harder. Well, not infinitely, but the game becomes much, much harder. Because you can only pick up 1-ups on your first playthrough of a level. If you use a continue, all the 1-ups that you've collected are all gone. So any level you fail, you have to retry with fewer lives. It's rough. It's a terrible decision. It's the only game I've ever known to do that. And I absolutely hate that. I absolutely hate the developers for doing that. That is an unjustifiable scumbag move. Here, here, Cal says. Here, here. I hope every birthday card they ever receive gives them a paper cut. Beat the NES version of the game based off the first live-action movie. Ever played Addams Family Values or Pugsley Scavenger Hunt? So that one's still in my to-do list. I did the SNES version of the game that you played. And I'm planning to go back to do the NES one later, so that should be in my future eventually. Along with values. I want to do values as well. Hey, Pink Scully, welcome in. Any kid asking their parents for this wasn't expecting a 2D Dark Souls. Yeah, it's rough. I wouldn't have got very far. I wouldn't have got very far in this as a kid. As a kid, I would not have gotten very far in this. I didn't have the stick to itness that I have now. So if I had come across this one as a kid, I would have given up pretty quickly. It's a bit tough to make progress. But I don't hate everything about it. I don't hate everything about it. I can't forgive the malicious design decisions, though. I can't recommend the game because it's just so mean-spirited. But I have played worse. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of Addams Family games. Maybe not necessarily everyone that exists, but probably pretty close to it. We did Fester's Quest and like I said, Addams Family Super NES. This is the third game. We're going to do values, there's a Game Boy Color game, and then I'm going to loop back for some of the NES and probably Game Boy games as well. I wish I were making swifter progress. We did really well. I got through the first. This is the fourth level. You can kind of do the levels in any order though. But this is level 4 for me. And I got through the first 3 levels pretty swiftly. Things have really slowed down now though. Yeah, it's a big difference between being challenging and just being cruel. Exactly. And I just can't abide the no one-ups thing. Like, taking the one-ups away when you use a continue is just so unforgivable. Like, when you use a continue, everything ought to be reset. Your progress goes away, the enemies all come back, and all the collectibles should come back as well. But like, if the enemies didn't respawn when I used a continue, then fine. Don't give me the one-ups back. But the enemies respawn even when you lose a life, so if the bad things come back, the good things should come back too, is all I'm saying. Come on. So annoying. If I get any more irritated, I'm gonna bite clean through my bottom lip. If you do that, how will you be able to frown appropriately? You're right. I can't let this game take so much away from me. It's not gonna be intentional, though. Trust me. It must be awfully difficult for Fester to host guests. Fester has 2 rooms, actually. We already beat a Fester room, and now this is a second one. So they doubled up on Uncle Fester for, I guess he's the most popular character. Because we already beat one Fester room, but he's got the basement as well. That's where we are now, is the basement. It looks like we're in a subway tunnel. Oh. Rip Taylor played Uncle Fester in this series? I'm gonna let you down. I don't think I know who that is. There's a conveyor belt in this secret passageway. That same swinging spike gets me every single time. Hey man, still welcome in. Just when you think the song is over. The sweet silence. The sweet silence is just a lie. I don't hate this song. It's maybe, you know, maybe it grates on you after a while. I don't know. I like the walking bass line. And just focus on that part. Yeah, I don't know the DuckTales movie either, unfortunately. And Cal says it's pretty catchy, but then I'm one to listen to things on loop happily. It's a happy song that accompanies the descent into madness. Now I feel it's more appropriate for this game than ever. I do recall Christopher Lloyd in the live action Addams Family movie. I always misremember Christopher Lloyd as Ivan Ooze in the Power Rangers movie. That's not him. But the guy who plays him reminds me of Christopher Lloyd so much that I always picture it as Christopher Lloyd in my memory. The music will lull you to mental doom. I'm certain there's got to be some way to get into this door, and I just can't figure it out. There's a secret switch or something somewhere. I'll get it eventually, or I'll beat the level. I actually don't care which way happens first. How did you do with Friday the 13th? I think I did alright. For my first time playing it, I very much didn't figure everything out, but So I've still got a lot to work on with that game when we get to it again. I defeated Jason. So I defeated Jason twice, but on 2 separate runs. So I made it about a third of the way through the game, I think. Someone spoiled for me that I have to beat Jason 3 times. By accident, so. But that's alright, because I mean, I already knew I had to defeat him twice at that point, so. I mean, I would have preferred the nasty surprise, but. Oh well, it happens. Yeah, but I don't read manuals. Stuff that's in the manual is a spoiler on this stream. You gotta be careful around here. We're really strict. I don't even read the back of the box. Every time you say you don't read the back of the box, it reminds me of the Tears of the Kingdom box jelly spoiler-proof for you. That was so good. That was so good. For those who don't know, my wife picked up my copy of Tears of the Kingdom for me, and before she gave it to me, she wrapped the whole thing in masking tape so I couldn't read anything on the box. Everything was covered except the title. Yuck. This part shouldn't even be that hard, and yet I keep failing at it. Where are the cannonballs? This has got to be the boss, right? Our washing machine has gone mad, and it is all your fault? I was right. I was not expecting to encounter so many undergarments in this game. No. Oh, thank goodness that wasn't my last life. This has to be my favorite boss design I've seen in a game to date, Cal says. They're all red, white, and blue. I should have played this on the 4th of July. Let's go. Hey, thank you for the GG, Mansta. I guess, look, there was an item. Normal underwear. Thank you, Sark, for the GG. So I can't go back down there now because that tentacles grew out of the floor. Thank you for the trophies, cows, if I didn't say. Alright, so we're going to go up here next. I'm going to do the thing again where I throw my lives away to get a clean start. So I played a little bit. I played a little bit of this stage on night one, but I didn't see all that far into it. It's pretty tough. It's basically the same concept as the dark stage because you have a visibility of just a little orb, but it is a little bit different, practically speaking. All right, we're gonna pause here though. I'm gonna take another short break. I'm gonna step away for just a moment and need a restroom break. So I'll see you again in just a couple minutes, my friends.